All right. What's good, everybody? It's your boy G, alongside Alec Foster for the episode 6300. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you guys for all the support you show us online, whether it be on IG at section.300 or on Twitter at section300pod. We appreciate all the love. For all our YouTube viewers, thank you guys so much for all the love you've been showing us. To subscribe to the show, drop comments for all the things we talk about there, and we shall get back to you. And we're here tonight, and we're recording on a late night kind of for the first time in a while, because the draft has gone down. Trades are going down as we speak, and we had to react to it all. Alec, where do you want to start with it all? It's been a good draft and surprising draft already.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, definitely start with the draft for sure. Start with pick number 1.
Let's start up top. We talked last week about our predictions for it all. We had Anthony Edwards going 1, we had James Wiseman going 2, and then LaMelo going 3, and that's exactly how it went. With all the trades that have already been taking place in this fast offseason, we expected trades to happen among these top 3 or anywhere in these kind of top lottery picks. But we didn't see a whole lot of movement, and it went kind of as we planned. So while I would have liked to see movement, I do like that team stuck with their guts and went with these young guys. I think Anthony Edwards is going to be a great fit in Minnesota alongside D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns. I became a fan of his quickly right before the draft. Actually, interviews of his came out. He talked about
like basketball.
Guys, I didn't really like basketball. I grew up playing football. He was a running back in middle school or wherever that was, and then fell in love with it, and then got hooked on basketball and took over the world from there. So yeah, just hearing his story and how he's also likes rapping a lot, and I don't know if it was real or not, but he joked about dropping an album if he went number 1 and all of that. So
saying he's already a better rapper than Dame and all that.
Exactly. He said Dame's a hooper that raps, and he's Anthony's more of a real rapper. So I don't know about that. We I hear it. He can't just talk about that, because you know how rap goes. That's a real serious game itself. But I definitely like to pick the fit for Minnesota, and think they can definitely build with him for the future. What do you think about his pickup?
Yeah, no, I think it was a good pick. Getting an athletic guard who can play some defense as well too, who can create his own shot. It'll be interesting to see the dynamic with him and D'Lo, because they're both guys that like to have the ball in their hands. D'Lo can play off ball, we've seen, but
that's not how the league is going, though, ain't it? It's going with a lot of guys where you put those guards together and let them work their magic.
I mean, it I guess it can be a luxury if they're both elite at it. But I would say there's not too many where it's like worked super well, like with Harden and CP3 or Harden and Westbrook, like that kind of when 2 Super Bowl dominant guards.
We'll get back to them, but CP3 and Harden should have worked a little bit more, but they rushed to blow it up a little bit. But yeah, I think that the 2 guard package that they have right now, I think it worked very well alongside Karl Anthony Towns, who continues to bloom. So I think it's a perfect fit for them.
It'll be interesting. I think defense is going to be the key thing for sure, because they were like one of the worst defensive teams last year. And Cat doesn't really play defense. D'Lo's not the greatest defender. So
yeah, gotta get some help there for sure. But yeah, I'm still going to be tuned into their games, and I'm excited for how they build going forward. Next, we had LaMelo actually joked before the draft. He was like, "Hey guys, tune in,
right?
And you see how many fingers I'm holding up too." And he wanted to go to the Warriors, I guess, but the Warriors had other plans and went with James Wiseman out of Memphis, which most people was the right move. That was the missing piece in Golden State. They needed a big man. Even though they had guys like Kevin Looney and Marquise Chris in the past, they were still kind of undersized big man alongside Draymond Green, and we know as good as he is, his size. So yeah, they need a great big man, and they got that with James Wiseman. So I think it works out well. The only thing that throws things off just slightly is that he was supposed to be the perfect fit with Steph, Draymond, and Clay. And Clay hurt himself today. Reports are possibly an Achilles tear or something along those lines. He hurt his foot opposite of the knee he hurt in the finals a year ago. So yeah, it throws things off just a bit. I think Steph still is one of the best in the world and can carry that squad even without Clay. but the world was hoping that we could have got Stephen Clay
Right.
up against our Lakers this upcoming season. So oh well for now, and hopefully he can get back sooner than later. What do you think about James Wiseman's fit?
Yeah, I was interested to see if the Warriors decided to go with a guard because of the news of Clay getting injured today and potentially missing significant time this coming season. I was interested to see if they went with LaMelo instead of Wiseman to try to supplant that. But I think going with Wiseman was a good choice. You could say the right choice for them. Like you said, they've been missing that big man piece for a couple seasons now since they lost other guys like when they had Bogut in their championship years and they had McGee and those kind of guys that could rim run. And he can rim run, but he could do it at an elite level as well too. I was seeing him compared to Chris Bosh a little bit. I could kind of see that. And that would be a great piece if he could get to that level. So I think it was
on him because we know how great our defender Draymond is, and though he's not the same type player, he definitely has knowledge of the game that could definitely James could definitely feed off of. So I'm excited for things in Golden State
and Bob Myers too. I'm sure is still looking to make moves. There was rumors around Andrew Wiggins potentially being moved for a veteran piece or something as well too. So it's not over. Like
no, offseason is just getting started.
Right.
Crazy to say, but yeah, we're definitely plenty more moves to be made. But going to the draft, we mentioned with the top three, rounding off that top three is LaMelo going to Charlotte. And the jokes there are beyond LaMelo because we know a while back LeVar joked about him beating MJ one-on-one. Now they're tied together as LaMelo is on his team. But I think that was the right move to make. Of course, you take the best player available. LaMelo definitely was that. He could have went 1 through 3 any one of those teams and it would have worked wonders for them. But now he's there. I kind of joke a little. I kind of snicker a little bit because it's like Terry Rozier is a guy who's been trying to find a starting spot. Everywhere he goes, someone pops up. Kyrie pops up. And then Devontae Graham pops up. And now LaMelo is there. And though LaMelo has a size where he can play alongside them and technically three.
But you want the ball in Melo's hands.
You want the ball in his hands. Yeah. So I don't know what happens with Terry. Maybe moves are made or something. But it kind of sucks for him. But I think for LaMelo, it's a great opportunity for him to take over a team and really dominate and show that he's the top talent that he is. So there's not going to be a lot of high expectations for him right now because Charlotte has a lot of work to be done. So he can just go out there and ball and just work on his game and improve as much as he can, get his jump shot right and all of that as they continue to acquire talent. So I think he's in a great spot there. Though he wished he could have been competing in Golden State, I think Charlotte is the right place for him.
Yeah. LeVar had the "I told you so" hat on. Let the media know I told y'all that my boys were going to be top picks in the NBA draft, and it came true. It's been dope to see LaMelo's development since the time he was a freshman at Chino Hills with his older brothers winning state championships and such. Go for it.
We've watched him since he's pointing at the half-court line, was pulling up from deep.
Exactly.
He's in the league, so definitely amazing to watch his growth.
Yeah, it's been great to see, and just his transformation from – I guess 14 to 18 now, and going overseas and playing in Lithuania, and then playing in the JBA, and then going back to Ohio, and then going to Australia. So he's been all over. He's played against grown men. He's played in professional leagues too. So I think he's NBA ready, and I think they're going to want to put the ball in his hands. So I agree with you that Terry Rozier might get the short end of the stick there, and they might have to make a move and trade him because I think it would be nice to have Devontae Graham next to him because he's more of a scoring guard anyway. But the future looks fairly bright, I would say, in Charlotte. They always hover around that 9-10 seed, so maybe they can make a playoff push. It'll be interesting to see how it shakes out.
And then as we go forward for the rest of the draft, we don't got to go down the whole list, but in Charlotte going around that 8-9 spot. And the other 12 is the same thing as the Knicks. And the Knicks picked up Obi Toppin, and he had tears of joy as a New York native, I believe he is, after he playing in his hometown. And I love that fit as well. I mentioned the possibility of Russell Westbrook possibly going there and about his intensity and how he plays and the aggressiveness and all of that. And Obi has a lot of that in his game as well that I think is a perfect fit for New York. It's funny because they just continue to add power forwards.
Right,
So,
that's what I was going to touch on.
We got to go. Who else? Taj Gibson or whoever else they got on that roster. They got to flip those guys for other pieces. But for now, I think Obi is a great addition as they continue to try to rebuild that roster and into a winning team. So, the guys you want to highlight in the draft that you like that got picked up?
Yeah, I mean, for your Kings, I thought Tyrese Halliburton was a great pickup for them. I'm a little bit surprised he fell to you guys at 12, but I think that's a great pickup. You obviously have De'Aaron Fox, who's a great young guard as well, but don't know if he wants to stay long term as well either. So to have Halliburton in the tuck, if he doesn't, is good as well too. So I like that pick for you guys.
They can play alongside each other as well. Which is funny as I know we want to say draft, but this is a perfect transition to our other things. Tyrese is a great fit. I think, as I said, could play alongside De'Aaron Fox. But when you say that also would mean he's taking somebody's spot, which could be Buddy Hield or Bogdan Bogdanovic, who was supposed to be traded in this Milwaukee trade, but I guess he just want to go to Milwaukee for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't understand that he didn't want to
go to potentially the best team in the league. I mean, as soon as the trades were happening, the whole analysts at least, were like, "Hey, this is damn near a super team now with what they got." I don't fully agree with that. I don't know,
not super team,
but that was nearly being thrown out there. Drew Holiday now there as well. Yeah, with the shooting that he has there alongside Giannis, it's just like they have all the pieces now, and Chris Middleton to get the job done. You hear that, and it's like you should be excited to go there. He was like, I ain't trying to go to Milwaukee.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand that from his
standpoint either. It's very early on. We're still getting all the details. The trade still might go through. Everything has not fully been confirmed yet, but reports are he does not want to go there. So we'll see. If not, he's a restricted free agent, so he might end up back in Sacramento. I guess he just got people there. Who knows? But that makes a very interesting situation. And all of a sudden, if he stays in Sacramento, a very crowded backcourt, as I mentioned. So we'll see how it all goes down. But definitely, finally, things are turning around in Sacramento and in a few places as well with all these trades that are going down.
Going off of that crowded backcourt, another crowded roster is that Nuggets team, and they got a couple picks in this draft, which were good picks.
We talked again last week. We mentioned, hey, Nuggets, you guys have all these pieces and draft picks and everything you need to go and just get one guy. I know, and we're going to mention him again later on. If guys like Harden are available and you have all these pieces, they can put together a great package. Hey, Rockets, y'all can have Bol and RJ Hampton and whoever give us Harden in return. It'd be a great flip. I don't know why they're just accumulating all this talent. If they keep it, I guess great for them. They just they're loaded 1 through 15. I guess.
Yeah, but
it would be great for them to flip that into other things. So we'll see how they handle it all.
Yeah. In this draft, they selected, as you said, RJ Hampton, 24, and then one of our U of A boys, Zeke Naji, who was one of the Pac-12 players, one of the better Pac-12 players this year. So loaded in the front court. I mean, because RJ Hampton is a guard, but he also has size as well too. So they're kind of loaded in that 6'9" position there, and I think they definitely should make some kind of move. I don't know that it would be the Rockets, because that kind of depends on where Harden wants to go a little bit too.
They're either just throwing hypotheticals with him on the market. So just saying they could definitely flip that for a great piece. So
and they should. I definitely think they should, because it's definitely crowded back there with a lot of talent. It would be tough to figure out who you want to hold on to and who you want to trade away, but they got to do something.
They must have a plan, so you just got to let them do their thing. We saw that big man line they rolled out in the playoffs, so they definitely could use all the guys that they have there. So, I'm excited for how things go in Denver. What other trades or things caught your attention recently?
Let me see what else. Oh, we didn't talk about, since it happened, Chris Paul getting traded to the Suns.
That was a team that we both had the biggest eyes for Chris Paul. We talked about how Of all
I did say Milwaukee. I thought
Milwaukee too, but right behind them was Phoenix. They were a team right on the cusp of the playoffs last year, and now adding Chris Paul should get them over the hump, as well as the progression for Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. My biggest thing, as I mentioned as well, DeAndre Ayton himself. I thought him and Chris Paul alongside each other is going to work wonders for each other, and I think it's a great pairing. So I'm very excited for them. A lot of analysts are putting them top 5 in the West, and depending on how the Warriors are without Clay, that could be possible. But the West is loaded still. I know a lot of guys are trying to go East still. Drew just went East. Harden might go to Houston, might go to Brooklyn,
Philly, or
whatever. Guys are trying to go East, but the West is still loaded, and it's going to be tough for Phoenix, even with the guys they have now, to get high in the standings. So we'll see. But what do you think about the move?
Yeah, no, I like you said, I think it elevates DeAndre Ayton's game, who's already an elite big, in my opinion, as a young cat. And I think he's going to be even better with that pick and roll combination with Chris Paul, who's going to find him a lot of easy baskets. Devin Booker, obviously, he won't have to create as much. He's good at doing that as well, but he's obviously an elite scorer, potential superstar eventually. So I think it helps to have a veteran all-star next to you who's going to be able to just feed you, find you easy looks as well too.
Yep.
I don't see someone today, I forget, I think it was Kendrick Perkins or something, said
I'm sure
he sees him as the number 2 seed or something like that.
Yeah, let's slow down.
Slow down. He didn't even mention the Lakers too. I was like, did you forget about the reigning champions?
Hey, man, people are the hot takes. You know how it goes.
I can see them middle of the pack though, which would be a significant jump for them. But 6, 7 maybe. Seed in the West. I think the West is such a tough conference. It's hard for me to say they're gonna jump to be a top seed in the West that quickly. But that addition definitely helps.
And another part of that trade, I believe, that was as a result of that trade, actually, Phoenix then shipped out Rubio and also Kelly Oubre. Now is on his potentially third or fourth team in 5 seasons. So
his third team.
Heralded talent that people still like a lot. For some reason, he just can't find a home in this league quite yet. Reminds me a lot of a guy that I'm very fond of, D'Angelo Russell, who was a great talent who can't really find his home until now in Minnesota. So we'll see where if Kelly stays in OKC. Reports are he might get traded again as they try to continue to acquire picks. Or did that happen already? I might have blanked on that. Did Kelly get traded again, or was that
again? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that he got traded again yet.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, but still, rumors are he may be on the move again. He's not staying. He won't be in OKC too long. So we'll see. But
it's tough to keep up with Sam Presti in OKC because he's constantly making moves for picks and stuff. So maybe he has already been traded again. I don't know.
Exactly. So as they continue to load it up, Kelly definitely could get you some great return. And we'll see what happens with that. Another guy we talked about
with OKC.
Sticking with guys in OKC and guys getting hold around. Danny Green got chipped out of there real quick. They flipped Danny Green, sending him to Philadelphia for Al Horford, and a couple more draft picks as well. So
we didn't talk about the first trade either.
Oh, what was the other part?
Danny Green being traded to OKC for Schroeder.
Oh, Danny Green himself. Yeah, I skipped Danny Green got traded from the Lakers. We said, hey, bro, you ain't making your shots. We can't have how many more? We gave you an answer. No more.
He's probably so sick that he chose how many more for his jersey.
That's gonna be a stain for the rest of his career. We're always gonna go back to that picture.
Oh my god.
Oh well, but he got sent out quickly in the offseason. So that shows how people
got his ring though. Got his ring.
Got your ring and got out of it. So he's on the move and went from OKC and then quickly on to Philadelphia. So Philadelphia's another shooter. Hopefully he makes his shots actually.
But Philly fans gonna be on his ass if he's not making them shots. So
Philly's a lot rougher than LA. So we'll see, man. Good luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys are again moving around a whole lot right now. I feel like Al Horford could be in that same situation. I don't know what he does with Al Horford right now. Plus with his contract, it could get tricky.
A lot of money.
Trying to handle it all. So yeah, he may get moved again as well. And yeah, it's just very fun to watch all these trades unfold. Yeah, you want to stay there or on to the next?
Yeah, I think that was pretty much it. Just with the Rockets trade rumors still swirling, I think I would really like to see the Knicks go after Russell Westbrook, like we talked about in the previous episode. I think that'll be perfect. Like, I thought they should have went for a guard in the draft. They ended up getting Obi Toppin, which is also a great prospect as well too. But since they are loaded up at that power forward position, like you were talking about, I think trading for a guard would be in their best interest, and I think Russ would be a perfect fit there.
And I think it would be a win-win for the Rockets as well, because they would get either picks back, and the Knicks are sure to have nice picks,
right?
Or one of these guys, Julius Randle or a big that they need, because the small ball, as we mentioned before, did not work to their advantage in the postseason. So I think it works out both ways. Or as they rebuild, you steal a Kevin Knox or whoever from New York. And yeah, I think it works out for both sides. So yeah, I think they pull the trigger on that, and I love to see it. So yeah, we shall see what happens with that roster. Rumors are that there's both Russ and Harden are both still trying to find their way out of there, right. And Harden has his eyes on the other New York squad trying to get to Brooklyn possibly. And as I said, I'm very excited for the possibility of that. And what do you think about the rumors swirling around him?
Around Harden?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of confusing because at first it was like Harden wants to stay in Houston, and then it was like Harden wants out. It was like Harden only interested in going to Brooklyn.
And then he said no cap, right? He put the cap off the water bottle in the video when rumors came out.
Maybe say it on social media and stuff too.
He didn't say nothing. He had a video of him just taking the cap off. That's all it was. He set it down and zoomed in on the cap. And I guess he's saying no cap to all the rumors of him trying to get up out of there, or he's saying cap to. I don't know. Read how you want to read it, but
yeah, I don't know. I heard. What did I hear? I think it was from that Black Sports Online page where he was talking about that Russ and Harden potentially have issues with the ownership there being like MAGA supporters, and that's partially reasons why they want out as well too.
I saw that, and I've seen a few reports say that even prior to him, I believe.
Mm-hmm. But Harden had the Blue Lives Matter mask on it.
No, it's not even that. The thing is, that truly is the breaking point. And you're not going to want to play for like half the league. A
lot of owners, yeah.
Owners that send some money
on the low, yeah.
Yeah. So if that's really how he feels, he's got a couple options, and that's it. So we'll see if that truly is the breaking point. He turned down a $50 million offer to stay in Houston.
Right.
Was it $50 million a year or $50 million total?
I think it's $50 million. I think it was like a 2-year, $103 million or something like that.
Hey, $50 million is $50 million. He said he's closer to that. So he has eyes for somewhere else, and we'll see if he gets what he wants. So it's sure to be a very fun month of this offseason that we have left. I'm very excited. So where would you like to see Harden? Would you like to see him in Brooklyn, or you have other teams that you think should pull the trigger on that?
I think that Philly should pull the trigger on it and trading Ben Simmons for him. Because I like Harden and Embiid. I like that 1-2 punch a lot. And if you're able to put a couple more shooters around them, obviously they got Danny Green. I don't know if that's the shooter you want, but
they just got Maxey as well from Kentucky. I like him.
They just got Seth.
Yeah, Seth Curry as well. Yeah. So they got shooters now.
Yeah. So I think I like that. I think Ben Simmons and Embiid are both otherworldly talents, but they haven't meshed super well because Simmons isn't a great outside shooter, or at least is reluctant to take them in the game. And that kind of messes up the floor spacing as well. So I think Harden fixes that problem, and Harden's a top 5 player in the league right now too. So
with the move they have now made, with adding Seth Curry, with adding Maxey, with adding Danny Green, you think he's Do you think they need more shooting than that? Do you think they need Harden to fill that to be that guy when they've already made moves to get shooting around Ben Simmons? Because I feel like now with what they already have, they could just leave Ben to attack the paint and kick out to all these guys they've now added. So I think they already may be set, but I can see why it could work either way. So I feel you.
I think it's a better fit than him going to Brooklyn, to be honest, though. I think it takes away from Kyrie and KD. Like, obviously, it's on paper, it's ridiculous if you're playing 2K or something like that, but
it's beautiful chaos.
There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen.
It's beautiful chaos. It seems like something that looks great from the outside, but as we continue to watch and as things unfold, it kind of just falls apart. I think Kyrie finally feeling at home, as I mentioned before, being in Brooklyn in a place that he wants to be, alongside a guy that he sees as his brother and KD, who are a great one-two punch. You don't have to add much, and I think with the rise of Dinwiddie and the rise of Karis LeVert, you don't really need to. You don't have a lot more you need to add to that roster. Right. Jerry Allen stepped up a lot in the few games that they played in the bubble, and he continues to improve his game. So I think they have great pieces there. If you have to sacrifice all of that to have Harden instead, I can see why the trade has not been done yet. So we will see. Alongside say that though, it's like if Harden wants out and Brooklyn does not pull the trigger. I don't know where else he goes. Maybe Miami, as they try to work things out. Maybe Miami called instead of going after. I forgot they were trying to target somebody else, but instead of going after whoever else they had eyes for, they tried for Harden to have him there instead. I don't know, but I don't know what options that Harden would have outside of Brooklyn if they don't pull the trigger.
Yeah. I think I saw a report that like Brooklyn was interested in the Harden trade if. Houston was interested in the Brooklyn trade if they got like Kyrie or KD back in it. It's like they're not gonna give up either one of those guys. Like, come on now. Like,
so hey man,
I don't know. I think even Woj has said like there hasn't been much like actual dialogue happening between those two teams. Like it's what Harden threw out where he would like to go, but I don't think those two teams are actually actively working on a trade deal for it to happen.
Right.
So. Yeah.
I guess to my last question, just do you see him anywhere else? Like, where would you try to? What team should be calling it instead of Brooklyn then?
Philly.
Out of there.
What is it?
Are those the only two options? Is it Philly and Brooklyn, and that's it?
I'm trying to think. If the Knicks didn't want to go after Russ, if they went after Harden.
Yeah, I think it's the same kind of market as with Russ. Because Harden completely changes how you play the game when he's in your system. So he's willing to, he must be if he's willing to play in Brooklyn alongside those other two. If he's willing to change, then sure. But elsewhere, I mean, there are rumors of Boston maybe trying to send Jaylen Brown or somebody for Harden. I don't know. But I rather just.
I don't think Boston's gonna happen. But
no, that's not gonna happen.
Danny Ainge is never willing to get rid of assets to get
ever. So no, I don't know where else he would go. So we just got to wait and see. I love it either way. So if he stays in Houston, go ahead.
Say, one thing I saw on Twitter as well too that someone was talking about is the Russ to the Knicks would revive the KD Russ rivalry. So it would be like the Nets Knicks rivalry. And while you would obviously favor the Nets with their roster with Kyrie and KD, it would be fun to see them go at it again too in New York.
Definitely. But I also think that rivalry is going to be there regardless of where they play. As we've seen them play in the past, there's been very high intensity games when they get together. So I think regardless of where they're at, that rivalry is going to live on for the rest of their career. So I'm excited for it. Yeah. I don't have anything else NBA wise. You want anything in the draft? You want to mention any steals or anything else?
Let me just check if anything else has popped up recently while we've been recording.
Got the Woj notifications on and anything else?
Yep. I saw that I believe Kenyon Martin Jr. was selected by the Rockets.
He got picked up. That's major. That's salute to him. Definitely.
Yeah. And then I think there was Cassius Winston. I believe that's the guard from Michigan State. Yeah, OKC picked him up.
Nice. I like that a lot. I like going back to Kenyon Martin. It's a nice fit, but it's one of those like perfect. He's kind of that small. I don't know if he played small forward, power forward, whatever, but he was very, I guess, kind of undersized.
I think he's a point guard. Cassius Winston?
No, not Cassius. Kenyon Martin.
Kenyon Martin. Yeah. He's like small forward, power forward type.
Yeah, he played one of those. So he did very well in that Houston small ball game. So if they're sticking to that, then he works just fine. If they decide to go elsewhere, then we'll see how that works out for him. But I'm glad he got picked up. Definitely salute to him.
And then Cassius Stanley, that's out of Duke, right? To the Pacers.
That's a solid fit. As they possibly move on from Oladipo, he is someone who might not take off immediately, but he could develop. He definitely has star potential in him. So I think Magic Johnson said he was one of the best players in the draft. So if that's the case,
I don't know about Magic Johnson's takes.
You know how the tweets go. But just that's what one of the GOATs said about him. So I think then that we shall see. I'm glad he got picked up as well. So to all the guys that got picked up this year, I'm excited for you guys quickly get in the game as we get back to the season month from now. Yeah,
it's crazy that first game of the season is a little over a month from now.
Yeah, they straight to training camp, straight to it all. So good luck to everybody. I'm excited to watch y'all play. So I don't have anything else. I don't think you have anything else. So for now, we'll get out of here. We'll be back shortly to talk about NFL things. My Ravens. We got things to talk about.
Shaky.
We got some things to talk about. Everybody, calm down. NFL things are on the way. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on IG section 300. Follow us on Twitter section 300 Pod. Appreciate all the love. See you guys again shortly. We out here for the moment. Peace.
Deuces.
I stole your salute. My bad.
You did. I was like, well done.